the last episode of EverCast, episode 88, March 20th, 2016.
This is the EverCast Show. With your hosts, Tamlin, Hylas, Lucy, and Flatus. Connecting gamers with the games they play.
Live from Desert Rain Studios, talking about all things fun and interesting in the world of online video games, connecting gamers with the game they play. This is EverCast. I am one of your normal weekly regular hosts, Hanlon. With me are our three other normal weekly regular hosts.
Hi, I'm Kai.
Hi, I'm Flatus.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
And joining us this week is one of the original EverCast hosts, Trina.
Hey everybody, I only had to bribe my way on for this episode, but I'm very glad that $100 for everybody was enough.
Why?
I'm kidding.
I got
to
free.
come back on.
I didn't. Do you want my PayPal address? I'll take it.
No, right? No. It's I'm really happy that you guys invited me. It's I don't know, a little
I mean, because that's like totally make up for Lucy and I. We're game for that. For
yeah,
Avery.
right. That's a whole
Yeah,
stat
since
right
I had to
there.
throw all mine away.
It's weird to think that like it's almost been 3 years since this whole debacle started. Oh, it's not a debacle, since the adventure started. I was talking to Kelly like July. We had our first shows like the end of July, and then SOE Live right there announcement. I'm not gonna bring up EverQuest Next cancellation. Other than this, I'm totally disappointed, but that's cool. Here's to the future, and thanks again for having me on.
We
It
leveled
hit
up.
me.
Ding.
It hit me more over the last week than it did the day that it was announced. I was like, well,
Yeah.
none. You know,
Well.
really, it's like all of the juicy, the great taste of like a food all of a sudden turns bland. All of the other video games that I was playing, that's what it felt like. It's like, well, this is bland. This is boring. I'm not really.
Well, we
It
jumped in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it was the opposite for me. Like I had been waiting for EQNX for so long that I was like, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game. And now I'm like, okay, find a game.
I think I'm more like Tamlin. Like we jumped into Black Desert Online, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I was really enjoying it until Tamlin like comes in and he spoils the whole thing, saying there's no PVE content. And I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do?
That's-
I can't raid.
no,
There's
well,
no
that's-
big monsters. Like
Nope,
what?
there's not.
So now I'm sad again, and I don't know. It's bleak. The future's bleak for me. I hope you guys can convince me by the end of this show that life will go on, because right now it hurts.
You come hang out with Shinter and I. There's raiding
I'm
over
just
there.
Oh yeah. It's true. I'm just gonna
Gosh.
play lots and lots of Hearthstone.
Hearthstone's
and get
awesome.
really, really good, and I like intending on going pro.
You totally should. You're gonna
Go for
stream
it.
it, right?
Totally. Yes, I am.
Awesome, good. And probably I don't know if any of you guys can vouch, but Flatus is like those nuns or those Jesuits that come to your door every Friday and like wonder why you're not at church. Or I swear, every time I talk to that man, it's why aren't you playing Final Fantasy? Why aren't you playing Final Fantasy?
Yo, bro, you wanna know why? Because you're always like, man, I wish there was a game where I could raid in and do all this stuff. I'm like, and Shin's like, how come Chewie doesn't try Final Fantasy? I'm like, I don't know. You talk to him.
He did. He tried. I gave it a try. I installed the trial. It's just, man, those cutscenes are so slow. There's like no way to really skip them much. I couldn't even get to the game before I quit.
You can just actually tap escape and you can skip.
Oh, can you? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I'll
you
give
can
another
skip
try.
all. Yeah, you can skip.
But
right
you
there.
missed the lore and the flavor of the
Yeah.
game by skipping the cutscenes.
It's just that flavor's so bland.
If
Like,
if Shin was here, all right. I don't want to make this a Final Fantasy, but I would say you could probably skip the cutscene. I would say watch the intro cutscene, the big movie in the beginning. Watch the intro cutscene talking to the crystal. You could probably skip the first few cutscenes for your levels. Maybe around 20 going into 30, start paying attention a little bit. Like, don't skip everything, but you could skip something and be like, all right, skip this. Voice acting cutscenes, don't skip because those go by pretty quick. Anything you have to read, you can probably just skip right away early. And once you hit 30 going onwards, anything with cutscenes and reading, I'd probably start paying a little attention to because that's when all the important stuff. And then once you hit 50, do those cutscenes, it becomes Game of Thrones very instantly. And don't like any character you liked, you better not like anymore.
Okay, well, that's
So-
a good sell.
And
good
then,
pitch.
and then
I might try it
Heaven's Word, like I had to go start negotiating with dragons. People take their eyes for power. The shit goes crazy. It's so awesome.
Promise me a static group.
You got it.
A group of-
Shin and I want that. That's what Shin and I want. We want a static group. We want to run that content. We want to take people in through that stuff. You got it.
Right, because do you have to start a new character to do a static group, or does it down level you?
You can down level.
Yeah,
Even-
see,
even-
that's I
e-
remember.
Even for old raid content, I'll down level. You could set at a higher level. You can go in at a higher level if you want to just like farm for other things. But
I
You
can resub.
Yeah.
Flatus sounds like a drug dealer. Like, it wasn't even a second. I don't even believe him that you can down level. He's just like, you can down
He
level. Like, he was too
sound like-
quick on that one.
He wouldn't sound like a drug dealer if we weren't all addicts looking
Yeah.
for our next hit.
That's so true.
what
No,
what,
no
what,
thanks.
what do you need? What do you?
Lisa's like, nah.
It just wasn't my thing.
It's fine, and I see that. I get that. Some people just don't like it. Some people just can't. And if you've never played like a Final Fantasy game at all, like it's for some people it's hard to make that switch. I'm used to it because I've played Final Fantasy in the past and I love it, so I'm in.
I'll give it another try. I promise. You have it here on the
Yeah.
show. I'll download it next weekend.
Just like you'll watch Willow.
Hey.
What do you can't give an hour and a half of your time to go watch a fantasy movie?
I had every intention
You
of
made
watching
your wife
it before the show. I had every
You made your
single
wife watch
intention.
every Weevil cartoon. You couldn't watch Willow.
on repeat. No,
You're-
okay.
Really?
Ah.
What?
Okay, I wanted to watch Willow, I swear, but we got our Hulu back, okay, and Hulu is a godsend in ways. It's almost like Netflix, but in some ways better. They have a show on with James Franco. It's a Stephen King adaptation. It's produced by J.J. Abrams.
It's so good.
Robot, whatever. It's called 11/30, 62, 11/23, 62.
It's about the assassination of JFK. Oh, it's so good. It
Oh
is
my
really
god,
good.
it is
It's
so
really
good. So I had to binge the first 5 episodes yesterday instead of watching Willow.
I'll let you slide, but
I really need to watch it. Is it like Braveheart but better?
oh no, it's not. Well,
It's
go ahead, Tan. Go ahead, Tanlin.
It's different. Oh, because Braveheart is historic fiction, whereas Willow is straight up fantasy, and it's not Tolkien, so it's not like Lord of the Rings, like high fantasy, but it's really really good fantasy. It's basically that first taste of something that brings you deeper into the genre, and so everything, like, it's written to be well accessible. Like there's no orcs. You only see like 2 different races.
There is only Zool. So
There's the little hobbit halfling things, and then there's the humans, and then there's some fairies, and really that's about it.
And really, that's the best part.
Yeah,
That's
The
it.
fairies.
No, nothing else is
the
good?
fairies, they are pretty funny. They are, yeah.
It's critically acclaimed, right? Like I was doing some research into it. It looked like it was. I don't know. It had really good reviews as far as like Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe I need to dive in too.
Val Kilmer has like the most badass line in all of fantasy, where he says, "Give me a sword, I'll win this war for you," and you totally believe it. You totally believe. Give that man a sword.
Okay. So Final Fantasy and
Willow.
and Willow. And
are
I'm
you
so
taking
good at
notes?
That's a nice. Hey, that's a
I
nice
am.
little weekend actually. You got.
You know what? I'll tweet your wife. It's okay.
That is honestly that's an. Listen, you wake up in the morning, make some French toast, right? You throw in Willow. I guarantee she won't complain because it's a nice watch. It is actually a really nice watch. Nice little like Saturday morning breakfast on the couch under a blanket with each other kind of movie.
It's got the love
yeah, some
story
people
under,
get
you
weekends
know,
off.
the sub story loves.
A little bitterness there, Lucy.
Sorry, Lucy.
No. It was like a total underscore thing that didn't.
And I
really-
totally used to be like that though. I was a server like for the majority of my time on EverCast, and like I never had a weekend, never ever. So it was like I worked, and then came home and did EverCast. So Monday through Friday rocks. Get there as soon as you can. Like the traffic sucks, but having guaranteed 2 days every single week, like it flies by, but it's nice. I don't know.
I love
is
owning
nice.
my own business.
You're right. Shut up.
Well, and I like my schedule because I have an off schedule. I work nine days every 2 weeks. I have every other Friday off. It's kind of nice, but not as nice as making my own schedule like some people.
So,
we want to move on to we teased it out a little bit last week. We didn't really mention it, but the only bit of ECAST news that I wanted to throw out there is that Overwatch announced its release date. Not only that, but if you follow Overwatch on Twitter, they announced that their first short will be revealed in the next week or so. I'm gonna get the exact date when I have a moment, but like we had talked about a little bit that the graphics and story of Overwatch is so good and so compelling that we're like, did they say they were gonna make a cartoon off of it? And it sounds like they are going to add in shorts to go along with the video game. And their first short will be out. I'll look that up and let you guys know.
I just saw it's about the gorilla getting how he got his glasses.
How he got glasses.
Yeah. A la TF2, how the TF2 cartoon shorts explain each class and kind of gives you a little backstory behind each character. So, I'm
Blizzard
telling
is hold on. Blizzard is not known for being original exactly. What they're known for is taking something that somebody else has done and polishing it to like the degree.
Isn't that like
I mean-
every single thing they've done? Every single thing they've done?
Gladys.
Yeah?
Do you mean Winston?
Yes,
Do
Winston.
you mean
Thank you.
Winston?
Winston, yes. He's still a gorilla.
Yeah. Well, no, I think Diablo. Was there any other isometric RPGs like that before Diablo came out?
Yeah, of course.
And there were some MMOs. Well, no, there weren't. Diablo came out.
There was.
I think Diablo even came out before Baldur's Gate, which is isometric as well, and it's one of the firsts.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I'm pretty sure
but,
Diablo
I mean,
came out
Warcraft came from Warhammer, right? World
Well,
of
and
Warcraft
Starcraft-
came from a lot of people playing EverQuest and loved
Well,
it to make
okay,
a
so
better,
going back to
right?
Warcraft, the first Warcraft, I don't think there was not really an RTS genre, but it launched at the same time as like Command and Conquer, and then even a few years after StarCraft came out, there was the one Age of Empires from Microsoft.
Yeah.
And they're all RTS. It's just that, like I said, Blizzard is just known for polishing their games to the nth degree.
Didn't EverQuest 2 actually come out before World of Warcraft?
By a few months, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a terrible idea. They should have launched like a year or two in advance. Like, what the hell are they thinking?
I
I'm sure they didn't
played
plan it.
EQ2, and then my friends were like, "No, come join us." I'm like, "But housing and all of these features that EverQuest 2 has that
never
WoW
had.
didn't have."
Yeah.
And
But-
then they gave us garrisons.
I did the math. Garrisons have okay, so garrisons have been out for almost a year now. In the 12 months that we've had garrisons and been excuse me, not garrisons. WoW tokens have been out for about a year now. In the year that WoW tokens have been in the game, I have been able to pay for 40 months of World of Warcraft just doing garrison missions.
You got it.
That's my 12 months on my account, 12 months on Kai's account. We're prepaid 6 months into the future on both of our accounts, and then my other account 4 months. So that's like 40 altogether.
That's goddamn impressive.
He bought me a month. He just threw it out at me.
And I offered Chad, I offered Chewy. I'm like, if you want to try out raiding, I thought that it would be really funny to take someone who has never played Warcraft, right? Give them a level 100 boost, throw them into a heroic raid guild, and have them do a heroic raid just so that we can see if we can keep them alive.
Sounds like the time I made Kyle's tank for us, and we went into that dungeon in EverQuest 2 and totally wiped. Like,
Oh, no, don't worry about it, Kai. You can totally pull that group. No, I'm not really sure that. No, it's such a great idea. You can totally do it.
oh yeah, we were below level 20, I think, and I didn't take us to Wailing Caverns. I didn't take us to the other in Antonica.
Caverns?
We went. Didn't we go to Ruins of Arsoon? Maybe, I don't know if that sounds familiar.
There's a Wailing Caverns in EverQuest 2.
There, yeah. That could be.
Wow,
sexual
there's a
thing.
Wailing. There's Wailing Caverns in World of
Wow,
Warcraft.
it's an
really?
early dungeon, yeah, like just like
Yeah.
EQ2.
That's really weird.
And I think the EQ2 dungeon was probably there a few months before the WoW's Caverns. They're like, but given the, I mean, what are the chances? Like, we need to name these caverns. Wailing, got it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there was a chance of that. You got to think that maybe.
But it's not like, I mean, there were people that worked on EverQuest.
Oh,
and
yeah,
EverQuest
no,
2 that
totally.
went to Blizzard, and it's really funny. Like, if you talk to a Blizzard employee about EverQuest, they actually
they know.
get excited about it, and they talk to you about it. They
yeah.
don't have about it. It's
No,
kinda neat.
the players did. I remember early playing WoW, like people were like, I'm like, when I come in and people were like talking about EverQuest, like EverQuest is the hardest game. It's so stupid. I'm like, why is there so much hate for this game? Like I'd be like, I'm the guy like the little lone mage out in the middle of like Baron's chat. I'm like, what's EverQuest?
Don't do it. Don't even type in that. Why would you do that?
Oh.
When a game is so hard, it just makes me want to cry out of sheer frustration.
Yeah, but people, I mean, think about the time that game, 1999. Which, speaking of which, I'll say this now because 1999. I was on slide.
Partying hard?
Yeah. Oh, yes, that. High school. 2. Because I forgot to mention it, and this is kind of still news, I guess.
Did you just say you were in high school in 1999?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I'm partying like that. Woo. So I was on I'm gonna give them a shout out. You guys can go follow them on Twitter. Cinema Chat Podcast had me on their show yesterday. It's out for download on iTunes and Stitcher and various other places. They discuss movies, new upcoming movies, anything. The guys, Brent and Rob, had me on. Great guys, great show, fun show to be on. Thank you guys so much for having me on. And they let me say to come and watch. And I hope some of you that listen to that, well, you probably can't listen to it unless you grabbed it this morning and listened to it. But if you're here from that, thank you. And if not, I told you where you can find us after the fact, YouTube and all that. And but thank you guys. And we talked The Matrix on my show. So if you're a big fan of The Matrix, go listen to that one. We discussed, we gave it ratings, and it's a fun show and it's a great podcast to listen to if you're a big movie lover. They discuss a lot of the. They both go out and see the movies and stuff each week if they can. If not, they discuss a classic movie. And they find some rare gems on Netflix sometimes and watch those and review it too. So it's pretty good show.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But speaking of 1999, you gotta think about it. EverQuest. EverQuest had just come out. I mean, it was the first 3D like in-world fantasy game. I mean, if I we've said it tons of times on the show. Like, if I had the money and I always wanted it. Like, I always wanted it. I always wanted to pick up. I'm like, Mom, I want this game. Okay. And then the guy's like, well, it has a monthly fee. I ain't paying that. But mother.
I conned my mother's ex-boyfriend. Like, it was the boyfriend at the time, but I'm like, don't you want to make my mom happy? You should totally buy me Planes of Power. And then he bought it, and then I started playing it, and my mom's like, wait, monthly subscription? I'm like, yeah, but he bought it for me. We don't want to waste that money. So she paid for a couple months, totally suckered her into it. But thank God she did, because if she didn't, I never would have played EverQuest, never would have played EQ2, or it goes on and on and on. But yeah, thank God for that douche. Okay.
So-
Anyways.
And
1999.
on that note,
See,
Yeah,
the
right,
thing is,
he's
right?
actually-
Like, I remember back in like '99, right? That was cable. Not everybody had cable internet. Cable internet was a new thing in 1999. My family was well, I wasn't living with my family at the time, but like in '96, we still had AOL, where you paid like $12 a month, and it wasn't even for unlimited AOL. It was for like 200 hours a month. I
Get 1,200 hours free.
Sorry,
now.
Mom. Sorry, Dad. I racked up so much over hour fees on AOL back in the day. Yeah.
Is this confession time on ECast? Our gamer confessions?
Well, I don't know because now because my parents have always been gamers. They were playing on
Oh, yeah.
AOL too. It was just we only had one computer in the house, but like
Yeah, we had
I
dial-up
was a
back then.
perfect child. There's nothing for me to confess.
Oh.
I will never ever say anything about anything that I've ever may have allegedly done on camera.
That's when you know there's something bad, like just hidden
Ah.
right behind the surface, right beneath it.
My
I stole my parents'
motto.
car.
Good for you.
Oh God.
Did you
I
crash?
called
That's
the
awesome.
cops.
You didn't crash it though.
Oh, no. I wrecked mine though.
Good. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. It was yours. Still sucks, but at least it wasn't theirs.
My dad's motto for us growing up was, "It's not illegal if you don't get caught."
I got away with so much stuff.
I will not discuss the shit that I didn't get caught doing.
Yeah,
just so
no
you know.
kidding. My parents still don't know some of it.
I'm an angel.
My parents. So my real name being Angela, you can only imagine that my parents actually called me Angel until I quit being one.
I lit my uncle's carpet on fire. Like,
Wow. Why would you do that?
Uh,
What drove you to
Fireworks
say,
in the
"Hey"?
house.
Oh yeah.
yeah. No. He had a lighter, and I was playing with the lighter. They smoked in the house, and he left his lighter out. And I was like, "All right, let me play with this." And he
I
was
don't
the one. He was.
even know
he
why
was-
we-
Well, he was
Go on.
young, because he was young, and he's the type of guy that like made the lighter. So when you flip the flame, it launched like an 8-foot flame. So I was like, "Yeah, torch!" And like, I was torching paper and like letting it go, and then a cinder landed on his carpet and burned a spot on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Like-
I
that's
don't
awesome.
know why we thought it was a good idea to light the fireworks inside the house and throw them out the sliding glass door. It might have been raining, maybe that's what it was, but one didn't quite make it outside the house, and so it like hit the wall and bounced back in and burned a little spot in the floor in the carpet.
I
Yeah.
I have a little bit of experience lighting things on fire, like my school.
Okay, you might win this award. You have to tell us, please.
My school. Okay, so oh my god, I got picked on. And the school didn't listen to me. Like some kid literally knocked me over and stomped on me and stole my baseball cap. A boy. And it had my name, like, you know how you take off your baseball cap and you look inside and there's that little sweatband and you can flip the sweatband down? Flip the sweatband down and wrote my real name in it. So if you look inside the cap, you don't know the name is it until you flip the sweatband down again. Well, the kid stole my hat and then claimed that I gave it to him as a gift, even though he's on record for having bullied me on a couple of occasions. I was so pissed, I opened up his locker and I set it on fire.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Yeah.
So when
don't
I
blame you.
say
Good for
that if
you.
I ever forget, like on my anniversary or Kai's birthday or any of that type of stuff, that you will find me in a shallow grave out in the middle of the desert, you know.
Didn't she like kind of like? She,
We
like,
won't find you. She's too
honestly
good.
though, but didn't she kind of like give you like a fail safe and make it all in one day for you?
No, I did that.
You
Let me clarify. I allowed him to do that.
to that.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't do anything like that. I did an Indiana Jones moment. We have like had a mulch driveway, and there are a lot of pine needles. So there were some wasps in the backyard, and I was like, man, I know you smoke these things out. I didn't know how you smoked them out or what you smoked them out with, so I grabbed a stick. I got a bunch of pine needles together. At the end of it, I taped it around with Scotch tape. That was a mistake, because later when I lit it on fire, I didn't think that the tape would burn away. So I'm sitting there walking through the yard, Indiana Jones style, with this giant flaming torch, and I walk back to the shed and I open it up, waiting to like fight the dragon wasps, and I start waving it back and forth, and then all of a sudden the tape lets loose. It's right against the house into some more brush and shrub, and it's just me and this like neighbor friend. We're both like 10. My parents weren't home. I was freaking out. So like we run up to the front, we get a bucket of water, and we keep going back and forth. There's scorch marks on the house. I totally got busted. Luckily though, we got it out before anything else happened. But yeah, bad idea. Oh, childhood.
So we
okay.
were all pyros, is what I
We
hear.
were all
Per-
pyros.
pretty
Except
much.
for Lucy, because she's a perfect angel.
Yeah,
I
I-
was gonna say
jealous.
that almost tops the worst thing that almost. Right, so the house in Germany we had, there was a tree and it had like a rope swing that was hanging down from it, right? Except we broke the swing, so it was just a rope hanging down. And this is when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and we were out in the yard playing, and of course we were playing that favorite childhood game, like Cowboys and Indians, right? My brother's playing the cowboy, I'm playing the Indian, and I get captured, right? And so what do you do when you there was a lynching involved. So I had rope
Wow.
burn across my neck.
That's some extreme cowboy and Indians. I never played it like that.
And that was the last time we ever played that because it hurt.
Ask him about the time that he got me that close to punching his brother in the face. Just ask him.
That was
Because he was trying to
Thanksgiving.
lynch you?
No, because I was standing on one side of Angela and my brother was standing on the other side. And my brother is, I don't know, Kai, how would you describe him? Anyway, my brother is obnoxious, and he can be very irritating.
He's sweet and he tries really hard, but sometimes he forgets his manners.
So I know this about my brother. I know that Kai knows this about my brother. So while we're all standing in a row waiting to get our picture taken, I reach around behind Kai and I grab her ass on the side that is closest to my brother, knowing that she's gonna know that or she's gonna think that it's my brother.
And this is right after his brother made some sort of snarky remark about my appearance, not in like a negative or like put down sort of way, but he was making snarky remarks in front of his soon-to-be wife.
I think that's pretty amazing.
Weird.
Kudos to you, Tammy.
So if you guys are rejoining the show for the first time in a long time, or if you're catching us for the first time ever, this is the last EverCast
Well.
show. I feel like I should throw this
You
out there.
came
We
too
have
late.
we don't really have a topic. We just want to celebrate. We want to hear like your guys' contributions to the conversation. We're just like kind of letting ourselves enjoy the moment. As we announced last week, we've decided that we're going to rebrand the show. We're not going anywhere. We're still going to do a live cast and a podcast, right? Because Flatus, Kylest, and Lucy and I, we all love doing this. This is honestly one of the highlights of my week. I've mentioned before that I have been in a super bad mood on a Sunday afternoon before, and then like I come around, I do the EverCast show, and then it's like, oh my god, that was so awesome! I can't wait to do this again.
Yep. So hold on to your butts.
Exactly.
Do bear butts get to carry over? Like, does that get to be a continuing theme on the new show?
That might be the name of the show, right?
Maybe.
Could be.
Bear butt live.
That-
I'm going somewhere
On
else.
think-
second thought,
Can't stream on Twitch.
It's on the Bears loot table, right?
Mhm.
I need an adult.
you are an adult.
You may be the only one.
I'm not an adult.
It's a horrible rumor.
Well, we got her in trouble.
Should I mention the last bit of EverCast news that we have?
Yeah, because I think it's important to bring that up and talk about that.
So go ahead.
They sprung it on us. We thought that we were going to have more time.
So yeah, for anybody still following Daybreak, thanks for sticking with the Landmark community. Good job if you're still following Daybreak stuff and Landmark stuff. Excellent. So they announced that not only are we having the Super Mega update, which now includes monsters that you can place in your claim or friendly NPCs that you can place on your claim, and making your own dungeons and all that sort of thing. They announced that it's going live tomorrow. We're having our very first wipe tomorrow. They said spring 2016. I didn't realize they meant the first day of spring.
Second.
I think but the first working day of spring. I think everybody here is used to them when they say spring something or winter something. You're like,
Be like the end of it.
yeah, it's like the
if
last
anything.
day before. Like that's their deadline. I absolutely did. I was floored. I was like, what? I gotta template all the things now. I thought I was gonna have
All the
time to
things.
all the things.
3 hours of templating letters, just like too short.
No, it was really quick.
that's
I
good.
really didn't have much put down except for my competition entries, which they gave me the templates for free because they won. So awesome. I thought I had time to like build a dungeon before they released the tools. No.
Now, are you guys excited? Like from this announcement, do you guys, for those who aren't in Landmark yet, or haven't played in a while, because I know Lucy is a super fan, do you think this will make you jump back in and give it a try?
I reinstalled it. I'll be checking it out.
Oh.
I'll
I
be
still
running around.
I still have issues like logging into the game, even though I have a new video card and everything on my computer. I'm hoping that the update, because I know the update, they said they were going to fix some things for better processing. So I hope when that happens that I'd be able to log in without any kind of glitches or issues. So
I hope so.
don't know.
I was disappointed. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The monster tools were something that EverQuest 2's had for a very long time. Like, it felt like this whole long hype fest that I've been a part of came to an EverQuest 2 dungeon remaker with some cooler building tools.
Well,
and there's tons of chances to build on this, right? Like,
It's
keep
coming.
expanding. The horizon never ends, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't
That'd
know.
Hey man, I'm down to check out like what people build dungeon wise and like have people like Lucy had posted about like I'm dusting out the old D&D D&D maps.
I can't wait to kill you all.
Said I'm gonna find all her loot and steal all of it. I'll be the
There
only
isn't
person.
any.
Ah,
Um,
loots.
Well, and they had talked about like they have to make and build the tools to give to developers in order for the developers to make the game, right? And so you have to imagine that the people that were actually working on EQ Next, when there was an EQ Next, they were telling the design team or the engineer team like, hey, as a designer, I need tools to make encounters with NPCs and stuff like that. And so now they're giving those tools to us. And I'm almost sure that this is just the first iteration upon that because, once you get the basics, then you can tweak and you can add more features. So I look forward to being able to go from there. And I think that what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to the Station Cash store if I want to build anything because I suck at building.
Buy some creations from others. I did that already, like in beta. I did.
Dungeon team builds would be fun. Like have somebody that's really great at designing and building, and then have somebody else that's be really like with strategic monster placement and stuff like that. Where like
You've
I would,
done that.
Or like the storyteller with the builder, or whichever.
yeah.
Or what I'm really looking for is like a modular dungeon/castle builder, someone who's put all the pieces together in like one bundle, and then I can just buy it, and then like I have those templates, and I can just be like, all right, now it's like building with blocks, blah 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 blah, done, that sort of thing. But we shall see. Oh, I think that was it for ECast News.
Yeah.
That was
Last-
like
last
almost
it.
40 minutes of ECast news.
Well,
and,
I mean,
and us BSing a little bit.
and like talking about how we had started fires and stuff.
I never would ever do anything like that.
Today
not
at
ever.
ECast News, Lucy plans her next arson.
Only in game.
H1Z1.
Lucy doesn't like playing first-person shooters, but for some reason in my mind in Team Fortress 2, she's the pirate.
Just sitting around with her flamethrower.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Don't
so-
Starve.
That doesn't sound like
have
fun
you-
at all.
Have you played Don't Starve, Lucy?
Best
Don't
game
Starve,
ever.
no. H1Z1,
Oh,
the last time I played was when they released the new zombies, and I didn't know that they released the new zombies, so a routine material run turned into, oh my god, brown trousers time, when I ran into the Banshee.
Oh man, that's the one that comes up, like gives you that distorted effect, right, and then calls out the other ones in the area, I think.
Okay, so this is what
Left
happened.
for
Me and my
Dead.
sister ran to the dam.
Yes.
So here's fun zombie story for everybody. Me and my sister ran to the dam. We're like, let's get metal sheets so we can build our fortress. Yay, metal sheets! We have military backpacks. We got face respirators. We both got crossbows, which are like one of the coolest weapons in the game, in my opinion, because we're both sort of like bow shooters type people. We've got guns, we've got ammo, we've got food, we've got like everything we need. We've got tons of space for the backpacks. We've got like our full tactical like armor. We're totally geared out, right? So we're ready for anything, or so we thought. We had just finished our last like I had filled my bags, and I was like, you have to come over here because I can't fit this last metal sheet in my sheet in my bag. And she's like, okay. So she came over, and there was a zombie standing on the edge of the like guardrail for the road. I'm like, I'm gonna shoot that zombie. So I walked over while she's trying to like make room in her bags to get that last metal sheet, and all of a sudden this screaming started, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Your whole screen turns blue and all distorted and weird, and your character actually stops and starts holding their head and like shaking their head back and forth, trying to shake it off, and you're slowed. And we're like, what is that? What the fuck is that? What is that? And so you're like looking around and you have no idea. And we both ran in opposite directions to try to get away from it. And because thinking like we're just gonna go as fast as we can, get out of the area. And then she came up the stairs. Her lower jaw is ripped off and her tongue is hanging out. And every time she screams, this like black ink pours out of her mouth, and like it's so scary, and she's like screaming, and it's like zombies are now taking notice of your presence. More and more zombies are now taking notice of your presence, and we're at the dam, so there's like tons of zombies in the water area, and normally they don't come up the stairs, but we're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and she's like flailing around. Oh, did I mention she's in a straitjacket? So she's like
That sounds amazing.
flailing around, and she doesn't have a lower jaw, so it's not like she could bite you or anything, right? So you're like, okay, let's just kill her. So we started shooting her in the face with crossbows, right? By the 9th crossbow, she ripped her arms free of her straitjacket and then beat us to death with the chains that were holding her straitjacket closed.
Fantastic. Good H1Z1. Go
That's
pick that
the
up.
best H1Z1 story I've heard yet.
For real, it absolutely
Holy
is. Like, yeah, you should do a commercial for them, I believe.
Holy crap.
We just recorded it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, there you go. Copy it.
That's
Damn.
a big fucking bag of nope.
That's literally my sister and I were playing, and we use Hangouts so that we can see each other and talk while we do, and we just sat there going, what just happened?
What just happened?
Maybe I should read patch notes.
I think
See,
I want to
if
go
I-
play
if
now.
I was
That
a
makes
game
me want
designer,
to
though-
want to install it.
If I was a game designer, I would put that type of stuff into the game. No patch notes.
Yeah. I would just say
You're a dick.
I would be the type
It's
of
a
I love
horror
you.
game.
Yeah, unfortunately I would be the type of designer to be like new zombies and that's it.
Yeah.
like go
Yeah.
That is what they did.
Yes.
That's awesome. I always thought MMOs should do that too, like adding a new dungeon or new zone. Like, just don't tell any about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
let people go
Absolutely right.
fucking find that goddamn zone on their own.
Guess
Like,
guess
why-
You might be able
Like
to
a
find
human?
an NPC that gives you a quest, right? And there's no patch notes. He's just an NPC who gives you a quest. And if you follow the quest, all of a sudden there's an entrance to a dungeon that you never knew before, and you're like, "What the? Where did this come from?"
So Morgar just sent us a message.
Yeah, he said, "Hey folks, thanks for supporting EQ Next until the bitter end."
Yeah.
In my opinion, EverQuest Next as a name might have died, but there will be another EverQuest, and I'm still here. I'm still waiting. Don't worry.
I hope so. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that EverQuest NORAD themed isometric game because they did one in the
Yeah,
past. I
yeah.
would love to see one. At the
EQOA.
Wait, what's
That would be
I
awesome.
know that what's the card game, the Norath card game?
Legends of Norath.
Legends in RF.
They right. Legends of Norath will put it on mobile
Come on, noob.
devices. I mean,
There's stuff.
That's true.
Listen, like Daybreak. Listen, we're just gonna start giving you all our next 2 minutes. All of our ideas, quick. Launcher, and Legends of Norath, like launcher for all your one stop shop for all your games. Legends of Norath on mobile devices. Because you can pretty much get rid of EQ Worlds at this point. Just get the
Yeah,
They
that-
are.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh,
that- I
okay,
don't know.
yeah,
they
That
are.
wasn't the best either. I just don't want all that lore to go away. I love the world that they were starting to build.
Put in Legends of Norath. You
You're
can have
right.
flavor text on all the cards. You can like have them pop up the cards. You can read all the lore of all the people and stuff.
Element kind of
they,
sucks though.
you know what they could do? They could even do like a Norath trivia game, right? And if you do like your daily quest, you get something, and eventually it might turn into like 500 station cash or
Wasn't
Daybreak
there-
bucks, whatever they're called.
Wasn't there a game when you opened your spell book and you were medding? Wasn't there a game that you could play while you were medding in your spell book? I swear to God there was.
I can't think of one. Are you talking like EQ Next in specific, or sorry,
no,
EQ
I'm talking
one?
about in EverQuest. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if it was EverQuest or EverQuest 2, but I swear to God, there was a game you could play. It was like a gems type game, like a swap the gems type game.
That was in EQ Worlds. It
Oh,
was...
here we go. Let's
that was
look at
EQ
chat.
Worlds.
It's Flash Gems. Yes, it's a game.
Oh.
Oh.
I sat waiting all that time for my spells to scribe, and I never knew about this. What is this? This is
I've-
so messed up.
He's gonna log it in after that. Just play that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You,
go play
you didn't
Slash
know
Gem.
about Slash Pizza,
I
right?
did know
Oh,
about Slash
Pizza was
Pizza in
the
EQ
best.
too. Yeah. There was partnered with was it Pizza Hut or Domino's? I think it was Pizza Hut, right?
Pizza Hut, I think.
Yeah. I don't
Either
like
way,
Pizza Hut,
I
but
did
it
not
was
live
still
in
cool.
an area where that was possible, but I still liked the fact that you could do Slash Pizza.
Run to your house, run through Freeport, Lag City with everyone around you. Run to your house / pizza party in Freeport. It was a cool feature. Yeah, awesome cross promotion.
Freeport, don't be silly.
How did anyone use it? And anybody in chat? Did anyone here use it, or anyone in chat use it? I want to know how long it took to get a pizza. Like, was it faster than tweeting at was it Domino's or Pizza Hut right now?
Well, they didn't have that like back then, like online ordering and things.
Yeah, they didn't
those
have
weren't
Twitter
live
back
at
then,
all. They didn't have Twitter. They didn't have. We were in the
No,
Stone
but
Ages, Flatus.
I know, but Slash Pizza. That wasn't the whole point of Slash Pizza that it got like it ordered you a pizza. Like that was the
Yeah.
idea.
Mhm.
So I like compared to like how like because Twitter like someone did it on Twitter. They did the study and it took them like an hour and a half before they even got a pizza.
But
Or-
you never
That's a
had to
long
leave
time.
your game. That's what I'm just saying. Like,
That's
you
what I'm
pay-
saying,
You
like, I
pay
want-
for convenience. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's money.
I know that's what I'm saying. I want to know how long it took then compared to now with Twitter and social media.
It's a
If
good
it
And
was-
point. It's a good
I'm
question.
just gonna say that sometimes that sort of feature was needed because a certain little sister of mine was so addicted to EverQuest and EverQuest 2. That's right, I'm saying it. I'm linking her the show later. She would play so much that our parents had to call the house and be like, "Have you eaten? Go eat right now."
Oh,
We got it covered. / pizza.
And not
I still
only
do that to my husband to make sure he's eaten.
You Slash Pizza him?
have you ever heard the thing where it's
no,
like,
no. If she leaves the house and she knows she's gonna be gone like all day on a Saturday or something like that, she'll send me a message, be like, "Have you eaten
She
yet?"
leaves like a little food trail, like a piece of candy to the refrigerator with a pre-made sandwich. You're like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh,
If
a
I'm gone
sandwich.
for the weekend, I actually make them food so they can just stick it in the oven so I know they eat.
the candy trail is a good I might actually do that. I might use that.
Yeah, go ahead. It's all
She,
yours.
but my sister was so bad that she would literally get a piece of cheese and eat that while she was like a single slice serving piece of cheese, cram that in her face while she was zoning, and then just go back to playing.
I remember when
I don't know what that would be like at all. No, I don't know anybody that would do something like that. No, nobody, not at all.
I remember when Wrath came out and I took time off work and I remember I pre-made meals and had them at the ready. So when I took time off work to play Wrath, I had everything in my fridge, like even pre-made like lasagna. Like I made like stuff to even throw in like a full meal to throw in the oven that was already ready to go. They just had to be heated up. Smart headed thinking.
Now that's good. That's
Dude,
when you
that's
know
a-
you're a
It's a great idea
sophisticated
because
gamer.
Legion is coming.
But that's how you know you're sophisticated. Because me, it was like grab a monster, throw a hot pockets in, let's keep going.
That was
I'm
old.
probably gonna get cancer from that one day. Like it's
I
gonna
mean,
come back to
when
bite me in the
when
ass.
StarCraft 2 came out and the expansion came out, and I picked up the battle chest. My parents went on vacation. They left. I had like taken the a weekend off work, and because my parents were like, "Yeah, take the weekend off work to stay home, do your homework." I was like, "All right." I like did my homework on Thursday, all of it for the week for school. I was like, done. I got Monster used to make these like 40-ounce cans of energy drink, like this fat
They still do.
oiler. They still do. They don't sell them out here in Florida anymore.
Yeah.
If you got them over there, let me know. But it was the size of a Foster's can of like like that fat oiler can. And I would get 2 of those, and I got like liters of Mountain Dew and just crap frozen. It was terrible, and I don't think I slept that whole weekend. I played through the whole campaign from start through the end of the expansion, and then played online. My parents got home like Monday morning, and they were like, "How was your weekend?" And I was like, "It's good. What day is it?" Like it is like strewn out. I was like, "I don't know what day it is."
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
really good.
I can
Yeah.
remember liking the taste of Mountain Dew, and I don't understand why.
I can't do it anymore.
It's orange juice.
I'm too
It's,
old for that shit.
Yeah. Oh, now I can.
Yeah.
Now it's a big.
I could still go for a quick hot pocket Mountain Dew or Monster anytime, any day. I don't know.
All right, youngins.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't know about all y'all old people in this cast, but me,
Hey,
young
Shuina.
man.
Shuina.
I
I
honestly, I
am-
don't know where I fall. I think Flatus is the youngest.
Yeah.
No.
Chew-
No,
right,
Chewie
currently
is
Chewie is.
right now.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
but,
so I'm
but
in the- I'm in the
getting
middle then.
older. Like I just forgot my
Getting
last.
You're getting older at the
Day by
exact
day,
same
minute
rate that
by
we're getting
minute.
older.
Yes, I know, but I just got to celebrate my last birthday benefit. My car insurance is now lower. From here on out, there's nothing else I get. But I'm
Oh,
so
so you just
happy.
I'm
I'm
21.
25.
No, you get one more thing, but that happens like in your 40s. And
Oh,
the
yeah,
doctor.
the finger?
Yeah.
I look
So-
forward to that.
Yeah, there you go. Moon River.
Oh boy.
So-
Oh, boy.
Ready to talk about the new show yet?
Yeah, I guess we could do
I
that.
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, we've
alright.
only got like 10 minutes left.
Ah.
Ah.
Oh no, Tobrin, send me the message with the link you had, and I will do it for you. Sorry, Tobes. Sorry, hold on. See if I
Yeah,
can
our
even see it.
Moobot does not like links. If you ever whisper a sword, not the Tanlin sword, because I'm busy doing other stuff, we will get that
There
link
you go.
posted for you.
I posted the link for you. I got you.
So I teased it out. I don't think anybody caught it, and I changed some things so people who were paying attention, they might have noticed what the new podcast / live stream is called.
Maybe not. I don't think
Well, I teased it out.
you did.
He
Maybe
said it. He didn't just tease it. He
He-
said it.
he did
said
say it
the
on the
name.
show
I
already.
did actually say it.
I did. When we were talking about the bear butts carrying over, right? I said that.
Listen, there was a lot of stuff we said in between. I know what it is, and we all know what it is, but I don't think- maybe they still don't know what it is yet. So maybe we should
They
tell them
probably don't know, but I've already changed their handle, so if you go to Twitter, you can find it out real quick. But if you just stick around for another 20 or 30 seconds, we'll explain it to you.
now. Nobody teases like Tamlin.
And the name of the new
Flatus,
show?
you're the one that came up with it, right?
Yeah, I put it on the table of the massive list of names that we were coming up with.
200 names. We cleared
200.
No, not 200, 100. We cleared over 100 names to sift through and see which one we all liked, right? And we each came up with a list of our top 5. And there was one name that showed up on all 4 of our lists.
Yeah, well, Chewie didn't really have a list, but I'm sure if he did,
Well, yeah,
this one
I
would have
mean,
been
like,
on it
the
too.
4 normal.
Chewie doesn't count. He
No,
abandoned
alright,
us.
I'm sorry.
But the name is awesome. You guys are gonna love it whenever you get to hear about it. Maybe in like 8 minutes.
Probably.
I don't know.
So I guess I'm gonna be the one that gives it away. So the name of our new show, I'm not gonna keep you guys waiting any longer.
Don't
Is
do it. No, don't tell him.
sorry, it's too late.
No, I don't care. Do it. Do it.
On April 3rd, we'll be launching our new show, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific. It's Loot Table, starring Tamlin, Flatus, Kai, and Kay, and Lucy. I know she. And we will be discussing all things gaming. Essentially, I don't think it's even. I think we're just going to cover the whole gamut. And Loot Table is our new thing. So
Call me K one more time. I sleep with the guy that controls your volume.
Our mission, our statement of purpose has not changed. We still want to connect gamers with the game they play. So we want to hear about all of the games that you're playing, why you're playing them, and what games you're looking forward to. Those are like our core principles, the things that we want our show to be about. And so we want to talk about all things fun and interesting in the world of online gaming, and we want to welcome you to joining us at the Loot Table.
Yeah, and essentially, we'll start tweeting out like where you guys. Our Twitter should probably be. We have a new Twitter already. And
you don't even have to re-follow us on Twitter. I literally just changed it over. We are now the Loot Table, or just the Loot Table.
We're Loot Table. So there you go. You don't even have to follow. If you haven't followed us before, I would go follow us now. So go look for Loot Table on Twitter and go follow us there. And we have a new email address as well where you guys can send us emails. And we want to hear what games you're playing. Tell us, because that'll influence us for future shows. 2, we may if you want to guest, let's say if you're really passionate about a game topic we may be discussing in the future, and you were really passionate about that game series, like let's say Elder Scrolls, I can't think. There's so many games.
Sims
Halo,
4.
yeah,
Overwatch.
anything that you may be passionate about, and you're willing to, like, we still want to have the community come on as guests, and on top of it, we still want to reach out to. Now that we're more open, we want to reach out to other game companies like indie devs, AAA developers, anybody that will be willing to come on the show and talk about their games with you guys. We're going to try to do that too for you guys. And I think that this going forward is going to be a great move for us. And like I said before, I said it last week and I'll say it again, I think you guys are smart. I think you guys are engaging, and I am proud that you guys are in our community, and I hope that we see you at the Loot Table.
Our Knights of the Loot Table. That's you.
Yeah. So I have to ask you guys, what was your favorite EverCast moment?
Obviously, when I joined.
So your very first like official, like, hi, I'm Lucy, I'm now here forever.
It was such a surprise. You guys like had me on as like a secret test, and I just thought I was talking about Landmark. And then afterwards, you're like, "So, do you want to stay?" And I was like, "What? Really? Me? Are you sure?"
Yeah,
We didn't want
my
to.
favorite moment was then they invited you, and I wasn't even present for it. They waited until I got to go get everybody
I remember
coffee.
you were so mad. You came back to the game. You didn't do it without me, did you?
Because she was like, she kept hinting. She's like, well, I gotta like, she was like, I gotta go. Like, we're like, all right, we're losing her. We better ask her now before she leaves.
To be fair,
sorry.
Gladys did it.
I did do it. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry.
It's okay.
So yeah, just in case you ever get asked on the show, you never know. We're secretly testing you to be a permanent player.
Don't replace me.
We won't replace you. But no, that's
They might replace Tamlin though, so don't worry about it.
Mostly.
You know what though? The thing is that I love doing the show, but if I ever got tired of being in front of the camera, I would love to be like the executive producer behind the screen, where I was just running all the things in the background.
So you can pull more Tamlins?
Um,
That's one of my favorite moments. When muting ourselves became actually known as pulling a Tamlin. Like it was forever in the amp. What do they call it? Starts with an A.
The
It's like-
annuals of
the
Evercast
annals, yeah,
history.
the annals of history. Annals. I shouldn't have said that. Annals of history. Yeah, that was fantastic. And when bare butts became a thing, I
Yeah.
shouldn't talk about
It's
anal and bare butts though. But
Oh my god!
but I figured we go out with a bang. My real favorite moment was when we had some of the really early community members on, like Ornex, who came on and played, even though we didn't handle it the best and like the quality was pretty terrible. It was so awesome to like see people from SOE Lives that we got to meet or that we at least knew from the community want to come on the show right away. Like every single week or every other week at that point, we had somebody interested, and that was really I don't know, it was almost like validating because I didn't want to be the only nerd. I'm glad that I found other nerds to talk about games with, and then
Yeah.
to see even more nerds want to come out of the closet and come talk. It was really cool.
I would like to point out that Chewy was our original like resident EverQuest person, and then we got a new resident EverQuest person.
And I'm so glad you did because you guys needed that balance, you wow heads. Like
Well, now I think that that's one of the things that one of our things that I want to stay with, right? Is that we balance all the things that we're interested in. And speaking of favorite moments, my favorite I'm gonna pick on Chewy or Trina since he's in channel, right? My favorite moment was when Trina got a phone call and answered it and ducked underneath like we couldn't see.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I
Wow, that was really young.
I'm gonna cheat because I have two favorite moments. One happened off air, and that's so sad that it happened off air. But I'm gonna go with my first one that did happen on air. My favorite, I think the whole episode was hilarious. It was the episode we did with Delmon, from EQ2 Talks, and not only did we find out that Chewy started playing EverQuest from Kim Possible, that it was the first time we actually had another podcaster tell us is like, your show is hilarious because I know it's not scripted, because he was on this side of this, and he said you can't write that sort of stuff, and it was so validating to know that we were that type. Like I always wonder, like, are we forcing comedy, or is it just natural that we like
No,
we're trying?
we just funny ass bitches.
and the fact that like Chewy just is like, yeah, well, when I was watching Kim Possible, they were like in this, and it's like it was EverQuest, and I wanted to go play. I was like, wait a minute. So you find out like the only reason to go play EverQuest was Kim Possible. So Lucy, how did you start EverQuest? Was it from Kim Possible?
No.
All right. Would you ever admit that to anyone if it was the reason?
No.
I admit a lot of things, but no. It's going in a good place. I swear to God, I swear. So I
Lies.
never am ashamed to admit how I got nerdy, like where my geeky passions come from. Never, ever, ever be ashamed of how you got into a hobby, because normally it's a story that makes you feel something strongly. Like I got into Dungeons and Dragons because my dad was my first DM. Like maybe that's really fucking nerdy and stupid to some people, but that's family to me, and that means something. So don't ever be afraid to admit where you heard about something and how you got into something, because it's usually, for nerds, it hits you right here, right in the feels.
Yeah. And it's often hard to talk about it too. Like when I go into work, if I even mention like Twitch or esports, something that's super widely popular and even kind of has an edge to it a little bit, to where you shouldn't be ashamed of talking about it, I just get these glares like, what are you talking about? Sit down. And I could never express myself with a lot of my friends like I can or could on this show. Yeah.
Right, and that's one of my personal missions, like outside of the show, is that like growing up, well, not even growing up, it was like when people found out, like, oh my God, there's these people that play video games and that's their hobby. Oh my God, they must be basement dwellers living with their parents and all of those stereotypes. And I'm like, I make it my mission, right, to challenge that stereotype and tell you that's not even remotely accurate. Not even close. And so, like, I tweet about video game stuff, like AI stuff, esports stuff. Like I love all of it. And speaking of getting into EverQuest, the first time I heard about EverQuest, right, is when my roommate living in San Diego was playing it back in like 1999, and you know where I found my roommate, right, that I was living with, at a LARP. We were
Nice.
pretending to be vampires, and I had just moved to San Diego because I was in the military and I was stationed there, and he had just moved to San Diego from Texas. So we were like the two new guys to the local vampire LARP troop, right? And we just hung out. We got along, you know. And you know, if he was more into video games now, I would love to bring him onto the show.
Well, we're doing a show about gaming. That's what's a new show, so maybe we can talk about LARPing.
Loot table.
So my favorite thing was also Chewina bringing up that he started playing EverQuest because of Call Me, Beat Me if you want to reach me.
One of my
It was a really
favorite
good
things.
episode. I don't know.
One of my favorite things about doing about the best of putting together the best of 2015 show, right, is that if you listen to it, and somebody brings up the fact that Chewy got into EverQuest because of Kim Possible, in the best of show, right? And if you listen, I edited in the Kim Possible.
You did.
That's my
It was
favorite
great.
thing because it's just a little like,
Yep.
yeah, it was awesome. And then, so here else is how nerdy I am, right? Okay, so I was watching a movie last night it was a horror movie. Oh my God. That's how I know it was too late. I will look it up here in just a second. But in the movie, right, the guy he's working in a lab. He's taking a break from his lab work, and he sits down in front of a computer, and he loads up, and you notice that he's playing World of Warcraft, and he's on
Nice.
his character he's on his character select screen. So what did I do? I looked him up in the armory. And then I was like, oh wow, there's this character, right? And it's Benedict on Magtheridon, which is a PvP server, right? And so I looked him up, and sure enough, he's still there on the armory. And then I went back to the movie to watch it, and then I noticed at the top that it said QuickTime. He didn't even play the game. He was playing a video of playing the game.
What
Oh.
And I was like, how nerdy do I have to, one,
To know
notice
that?
what game he's playing, look up the character, and then three, notice that it's not even the game, it's a video.
Or you're just like taken out of the movie at that point. Like, this movie's bunk.
Well, I watched it to the end, and it was.
So, all right, real super fast on this one. All right, my off air, and this is, like I said, I was cheating. It was Tamlin, myself, and Chewy, and it was the after show, and Chewy, or we were planning for a show. It was like rather before EverCast started, or like one of those like where we're still like doing meetings and stuff, and Chewy was watching a video, like a scary video, and he didn't know it was like I had a pop-up in it, and he was like watching, he was like real close, and all of a sudden I see Chewy flying out of his chair backwards, and I just start laughing, and Taylor's like, wait, did Chewy just fall out of his chair? And I was like, yep. I'm just sitting there dying, and Chewy's like, that was scary.
I think I remember that. Is
Yeah.
it hazing because I didn't watch
You were-
Willow right now?
No, you were also drinking, so when it scared you, like I never saw somebody fly out of their chair like so. You were felt back a good like couple of feet. Like that thing got to
Oh
you.
man.
But
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, no, it was really
I have a favorite moment when Kylest went total rampage on Daybreak, then SOE, for charging more for a certain color than another. That it was unfair, unequal, and that it was absolutely absurd. I love that because, like, man, you could see the fire in her eyes. She was gonna go
God
to San
damn it,
Diego.
why should they charge more money for black than purple? Oh my god, it doesn't make any fucking sense!
Yep, and I was on her side because I was like, listen, it doesn't take any more like work.
It's not
for
like
a
it's
color swap.
resources or anything
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
if it was a different like outfit altogether and it was like and it took more work, then I can understand charging more. But still, to this day, I'm like, if you charge more money for a color swap, screw you. That's not good
And-
business.
My poor dog is sitting here going, Mom, are you okay? Why are you yelling? What did I do?
it's totally true. There's like no economics to it. It's not like you supply and demand or production costs or anything like that. Once it's made, it's made. I'm with you guys too. But I guess they thought they could get away with it. They did too, right?
Well,
they never
did.
changed
Yeah, they
the
did,
color
they got
price,
away
did
They
they?
never changed it.
Ah. They're like zero refund like now too. If you buy a game, they will not refund it for any reason immediately after purchase. So be careful moving forward.
Yeah. Just watch yourself.
Be careful. You buy that black T-shirt, you might regret it later.
Yeah. So, I mean, we did this for.
Well, hold on. I gotta throw some information
Uh-oh.
out there. You don't have to refollow us on Twitter because I just changed the name over to Loot Table on Twitter. The new Twitch that we will be on starting not next week but the week after is twitch.tv loot_table. And we will be hosting the EverCast show on that for the next couple of weeks. But that is where we will be broadcasting from. I will be trying to change over the podcasting information so that you don't have to do anything, that it will just automatically, if you're subscribed to the show on Stitcher or iTunes, that it just automatically feeds you the new shows without having to do anything. If I can't, because I don't control that, then we will be tweeting that out.
So, and just to let, here's some other news. So, yes, no show next week. The new show will absolutely start on April 3rd. We're taking next week off. We're taking this next 2 weeks to do art, get everything updated, and stuff like that. And then also Easter Sunday is next Sunday as well, and some of us will be with family. So it just happened to like fall into place that Easter was also next Sunday. So it kind of gives us a little buffer time to get everything ready for the new show, and then you will see 4 of your normal hosts' smiling faces here on Loot Table, discussing, I believe, Elder Scrolls Online, I think, or Elder Scrolls.
No, our first show will just be a launch of the new show.
Hi.
It is, but we are planning to talk all things Elder Scrolls, which is Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, some of the older games, and then speculating and seeing if there's any possible reveals about what their next video game is going to be in their Elder Scrolls series.
I have some thoughts about that too, so but we'll discuss it on that.
I'm gonna have to
that
lurk
will be
for that
April
one.
10th.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think April 17th, we want to talk about the Dragon Age. Even though they don't have a true multiplayer, they have like a co-op mode on Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yes.
But they have, I have friends that like when they are talking about their fantasy worlds that they are really, really into, right? That's their go-to franchise, Dragon Age.
I know a lot of people who love the Dragon Age world compared to like the world of Witcher or the world of Elder Scrolls. I know a lot of people who love Dragon Age more.
And I need to get permission from my friend who has the Dragon Age tattoo. When you see it, you'll be like, it is so good. But I don't want to post a picture of her tattoo without getting her permission.
It's the girl with the Dragon Age tattoo. No, but all right.
So bad.
Gladys.
So sorry. So how we've been doing this for 3 years, right? And I never gave it a thought, but like, how do we end it now? Like, I know we camp out, but
We will continue camping out.
Really?
As far as
Yeah, and actually, I think that we should ask our followers a little bit. I think that I still want to stick with camping out because it's kind of MMO thing. They've done it in a lot of different games of camping out to end, your play session. But we had ECast News, and we were throwing around some suggestions for, well, what do we call the news on the new show? And we were like, what was some of it? Like,
I think we should call it patch notes.
I do like
patch notes is good.
I do enjoy the patch notes. So
I'm with Lucy. I know my voice doesn't matter too much, but patch notes is awesome. So just throw it out there.
for
technically
news,
you're
patch news.
I was gonna say you're a viewer now. So.
Yeah, I am. Yes, so my voice does matter. All I have to say is thank you all for helping EverCast become EverCast, for keeping it going, and for now taking it into the next chapter as well. I look forward to seeing what you guys do. I know it'll be good.
I like Brad's suggestion. I like Brad's suggestion of barely news. So cute.
Oh, that's good.
Keeping the bear butts alive. Wherever I am at, trust me, bear butts will follow.
Does Final Fantasy have a quest for bear butts?
Oddly enough, guess what? I didn't see one bear quest until the expansion. So
They must have been a watcher. Yeah,
it got a pass.
They
If I
just
don't see
tuned
my
into
first,
EverCast,
if
that's
I don't
all.
see my first bear quest until I'm well into my 52s, guess what? I'm fine.
Well, I guess any last favorite moments or anything like that, or do you guys have any other topics?
We have one question that was posted in chat.
Yeah, what's going on?
The question was, do you think Landmark will have a free-to-play or trial account like most MMOs so people can come and explore but not build?
They may continue doing the 7-day.
Do you think
But
they'll
that's-
ever do it so that you like when you pay for the game, you get one claim flag, and you can buy the extra claim flags? Do you think they'll ever have an account status where you get no claim flags?
I would say where the price is only $10, I doubt they will. And most of the time when they do like a trial or free account, and I mean Daybreak in general, it's because the game is part of All Access, and if you subscribe to All Access, you get the game in full with all sorts of benefits and stuff like that. Landmark will not be a part of All Access, so I doubt that they'll give you like a trial account.
That's how
That's
I feel
interesting.
about it.
Yeah, I don't know. $100 I paid for that game. I love it. Love it. I'm a hater though. I'm a total hater. And the game's
See,
not bad.
we didn't Kai and I, well, yeah, so we spent 120, but we didn't spend like 200. My parents did though.
Oh. Yeah,
But
but your
I
mom
think-
loves it.
Oh, my mom, yeah, from my mom it was money well spent.
I'll see my name in the credits. See that? Take a
Oh
picture.
yeah,
of that.
that's true. Yeah.
If it's not, I swear, if it's not there, I'll raise some hell.
I think they said in the Landmark fact about the launch that it would still be there,
It's
right?
still
Was that
there.
included there?
Should
Maybe
better
it wasn't.
be.
I thought it was.
Getting there.
Yeah, because nothing else is included. The Void Portal's gone, right? What else did we get?
Void Portal isn't gone.
It isn't? It's still there?
No, you still
cool.
have your Void Mirror. It acts as a bank.
Oh,
Okay.
yay!
Cool.
Yeah, no, everything's still there. Like everything that you bought in the game is still there. They changed a couple of the items, so the crafter bracelet is no longer
that's
like
right.
makes things better. It now allows you to craft more of the thing that you're making. So they tweaked some things, but all of the items are still in game, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but everything's still there. So you still have the Void Portal, you still have all of your outfits and all of that good stuff.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So I don't feel so bad then. I don't feel as bad now. Well, is this the final EverCast cast?
So
That is
I guess, I mean, one thing I guess I could say is that thank you to, I mean, all of you for, doing this every week. Because I think 3 years ago when I answered that Reddit post, I didn't think I would be here 3 years later still doing a show. With, like I said, my three best friends that I talk to every day, mostly about gaming and other things. So, and Chewy, of course. I mean, I talk to you. Hopefully more now if you're coming to play Final Fantasy. But all of you out there, Tobrin was in chat. Actually, I said I'd do this, and I should do it before we leave. I'm gonna read everybody's name for the last show, and if you are lurking, log in now. I'm gonna give you a minute, but I'll say bye first to everybody in chat, and then I'll read your names. Thank you all for sticking with us for 3 years. That is a long time to come in every Sunday, even when we didn't have news. If we were talking about other things, if we talked about Warcraft, you were still here and showing support. If we talked about anything at all,
Even when we dressed up in dragon outfits.
Yep.
And by we, she really means she.
Shade.
Dressing up something that's awesome about this cast, right? We did it for Halloween that one time too.
We did it for Halloween last year too. I wore a 50-cent mask and called myself El Flatissimo. I was supposed to have a second mask that I lost, and I was supposed to take that mask off and be like, haha!
Nice.
Yeah, but that didn't work out. So
For some reason, when you said 50-cent mask, I thought it was like the rapper, and then I wasn't sure where you're gonna go with the rest of the statement, but then
Yeah.
it caught up to me.
Yeah. So, all right. If you guys haven't logged in yet, I'm sorry, but I hopefully you've all logged in, and I'm going to read your names because this will be the thank you to everyone. So, minus the host, of course. I have Agnor_S. I have Arknight, Aria, Baby Cannon, Catchy, Cold Knight, Dasico, Evian84, FIT Orion,
Fit Orion.
or Fit Orion, I know. Fold, he knows I mess up his name. Fold Up Gorilla, Fridalis, Game on Brad, It Paladin, Crimin, Codavoss, Legendary Neurotoxin, Margaret Crone, Moondancer BB, Psyhawk 7.0, Raz 651, Redheaded Stepchild, Relax Karma, Remo Seps, I'm probably messed that up, Sid Canisius, and Zexidu. And if I messed up your names, I'm so sorry. But thank you all for joining us for the very last episode of EverCast, and thank you so much. And I hope to see you all on the very first episode of Loot Table. And I figured, I know I messed up names. I messed up names.
Pretty
So-
sure it's Kerman.
Kerman. Yep.
is-
That Fredalos. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's,
I-
nobody really cares. Nobody says my full name correctly ever. It doesn't
I-
matter.
I
Yeah,
apologize.
people still call me K.
It's okay.
Okay.
I have-
Really? Come on,
I have
Flatus.
some. I want, like, for our YouTube commenters that normally comment, Electric Bears. Thank you for following this show on YouTube. Here's the difficult thing about YouTube. We can't just grab a YouTube channel and name it. We're going to have a. It's going to be a little while, and then we will have like a YouTube /users/loot table. But at the moment, we don't. But if you're looking for us on YouTube after this last EverCast show, search for Loot Table, and you'll be able to find us. So Electric Bears, thank you for following us all this time. And then I know that I'm not going to get all of our community guests that have come on because I don't remember them all. But Phantom X, thank you for coming on. We mentioned Delmon, thanks for coming on. Felgon from EQ2 Wire, right?
Yep.
Thank you for
Felgon,
coming on EverCast. Guys, who else has been a community guest that's come on?
Bardtail?
Yeah, Bardtail,
Shinter.
Shin, Tobrin multiple times, Legendary Neurotoxin
Lucy.
multiple times. Lucy. Oh man, we have so many people.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Uh,
Lauren X we could bring up again.
Diggs.
Yes.
Diggs.
Diggs,
yeah.
yep. Sweet mercy.
Oh,
Lucy's-
our friend, the community, the CSM from Eve Online. I know his real name, and I don't remember his game name. It was. I'm gonna say it, Noah. Thanks for being on. Thanks for coming on. And in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm gonna remember what your Twitter handle is.
Lucy's sister, of course, came and discussed
Yeah,
EQ2.
yeah, I totally did not forget that.
And I was
Stone
gonna
cold.
mention that watching you two interact, probably one of my favorite episodes.
You should see us when we're not censoring ourselves.
Fantastic.
If my brother was a better gamer, I'd bring him on, and you would see like how much me and my brother don't get along. Because our personalities are a complete 180.
Tanlin and I censor ourselves too. It's okay, we get it. There's a
Like,
lot that I
Kermit
don't
in
say.
chat just called me potty mouth. Yeah, no, yeah, you guys have no idea. Like, remember that
Oh,
episode
no,
where
I
I said
have an
pussy
idea.
juice all the time, like every
Yeah.
4 seconds? That
And
is
made Talon
nothing.
turn red.
Yeah.
That is nothing compared to actually how I am in real life.
Oh no, I
Oh,
cursed out. I
that's
cursed out
awesome.
EA customer support live on the show, so that's down in history.
It's an energy drink, by the way. Not
It
just I
is.
wasn't just randomly An energy drink.
Pussy juice is an energy drink?
Yes.
Yeah,
I can pay
It
to
is.
drink pussy juice?
nothing keeps you
Well,
going like
I
pussy
mean-
juice.
We tried so hard to get Talon to say it, and he refused. He wouldn't say it.
He wouldn't say it.
Come on for the last
Come on,
Evercast.
Tamlin. That's EverCast.
Yeah!
Come on, man.
Oh!
Don't be a pussy juice.
Oh,
Can't do it.
he can't. He can't do it. It's don't make him do it. Listen. I've never seen him reboot, so I've never seen him like crash and then like go straight to blue screen on his face and then reboot.
I was
don't know.
looking up people that had been on the show that we might have forgotten, and you guys caught me like, I'm not prepared. Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't name people then have him say that.
It's happening. It's happening.
Good point.
Juice.
I'll give it to him. I'm not gonna make him say it. I think
It's
a
probably
piece.
safe. You don't want that on the
In
internet.
his
Tamlin.
defense, I've only heard him say it once in the whole like 6 years we've been together. Once, and it was after like several weeks after the actual Pussy Juice episode, and I think I just pushed a little too hard and finally got him to just like blurt it out, and then the look of terror on his face afterwards.
Fantastic.
It was.
Stranger danger in chat.
I need an adult.
All right. So thank you all for joining us for this journey. I hope to see you guys all continue supporting us on Loot Table. I have so much work to do.
Yeah, it's not really goodbye. I mean, this is ending. I mean, like an art installation. It's here. It always will be here on the internet for you guys to go find and look at and
Oh
reminisce.
God.
Unlike
But we-
EverQuest Next.
Oof.
Oh.
Bang.
Sorry, that was cold.
Oh yes.
Ugh.
Just so you guys know, same time slot. Sundays at 8
Yep, same-
Eastern. So.
Yep.
Same time slot.
So, I think maybe this time we just each grab a number and count down that way. We've done it together once already, and that
Didn't work out so well.
Can we organize this? All right, I'll start.
all right.
Okay.
Camping in 5.
4.
4.
3.
Wait. Maybe we should have chat do it too.
This
like
is the
have them
worst.
count. Like the chat should be streaming numbers.
Oh man, there
We should
are
go in order. Can we just go in order of age? Then we'll know who goes next.
Okay.
All right, camping in 5.
4.
3.
2.
1.
Thank you all so much for 3 years of EverCast, and we will see you on Loot Table in 2 weeks, April 3rd. Love you all. Thank you all, and see you next time.